Howdy folks, and welcome to Assassin's Creed Odyssey with the mighty Jingles. Before we get started, well, carrying on from where we left off last Friday in the first episode of this new game walkthrough, there's a little something that a number of people pointed out that you can actually do when exploring the starting island of Kefalonia.
I should probably not climb on this.
Yes, really. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave that one there and move on with the plot. So, when last we left our intrepid hero, we were on a mission for our idiot friend Marcos, who's gotten us both well in the shit by borrowing money that he can't afford to repay from the local crime lord in order to buy a vineyard that he has no idea how to run. And rather than simply selling the vineyard and giving the Cyclops his money back, he's come up with a plan, which involves stealing the Cyclops' obsidian eye, and naturally I'm the sucker who's going to have to do it for him. The problem is that we have to steal it without anybody seeing us for what should be fairly obvious reasons. So, we've reached the Cyclops' home, and using our trusty eagle Icarus,
Hello, I see you.
we're going to scout out the location. Pinpoint the locations of all the guards, any items of interest, and of course the quest item, the Cyclops obsidian eye. Icarus' spotting ability can be upgraded twice, I think, and it all involves finding fast travel locations, high points from which you can observe the surrounding countryside. At the moment, the spotting ability, well, does exactly what it says on the tin. It just spots and tags the location of various items of interest and any guards in the area. Once you've scouted out 20 fast travel points, the ability upgrades and not only shows you the positions of the guards, but it also shows you their patrol paths. Furthermore, whenever you're in the Icarus view mode, you can also use the F key to target an opponent and harass them and create a distraction. For now though, it's just a basic UAV, an unmanned avian vehicle.
Hide in the bushes.
Now this is not like a stealth mission in, for example, Ghost Recon Wildlands, which can be incredibly annoying.
Must be some eye to have that much protection. I have to stay out of view.
You have to stay out of view in this mission, but if you get seen, it's all good, providing you kill whoever sees you before they can raise the alarm. You've played similar missions in Ghost Recon Wildlands where it doesn't matter what happens to the person who spots you. The second you get spotted, game over, restart the mission from scratch. In fact, in some of these stealth missions in Ghost Recon Wildlands, it doesn't even matter if you're not seen. If you manage to perform a perfect stealth kill on a guard while doing a stealth mission, it'll often fail the mission and make you do the whole thing again from scratch regardless, which was just stupid and annoying. And I'm really glad that they don't use that approach
The Cyclops doesn't mess around.
here in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. It's a lot more sensible. Let's take this guy out next. Oh, don't fall over the edge, don't fall over the... Shit, he fell over the edge. Wait, no, he's on the ledge. He didn't actually fall into the path. Alright. Stealth kills in this game, by the way, or assassination kills, as they're known, they're not guaranteed kills. I'll explain why. To get close enough to that guy so I can drop on him. This should do. Generally speaking, plebs like these guards will be one-shotted when you perform an assassination kill on them. But it's not guaranteed death for every target. You see, you do a specific amount of assassination damage. And it's a lot of damage, and it's almost always enough to take out just normal guards like this. But bosses, captains, national leaders, high priority targets, they often have more health than you can actually remove from them with your assassination damage. You'll do a lot of damage to them, which will make them a lot easier to kill in the fight that's going to follow, but often, well, you've managed to sneak up on them, and they have a whole bunch of guards standing very nearby, and suddenly you're in a fight not just with the boss, but also with all the guards who are now alert because you failed to instantly assassinate your target. Now, there are a couple of things that you can do about that. Increasing your assassination damage, for one thing. And there are various skills that you can acquire later on that will help with that, as well as items of gear that directly affect the amount of assassination damage that you do. So there are 3 different basic damage types in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There's assassination damage, which we've already covered. There's warrior damage, which is your basic melee damage output. And then there's hunter damage, which is your ranged damage output, any damage that you inflict with a bow. There's gear that directly supports and enhances the damage that you do with all 3, as well as skills. I did just pick up a better bow, so we're going to equip that. Although I'm probably not going to be using the bow too much in this mission. It's going to be all up close and personal. There's some loot. Now, looting the treasure and killing the bandit leader, none of this is absolutely essential to retrieving the Cyclops' obsidian eye, but the Cyclops' home is a location that has a location objective. And the location objectives are loot the treasure and kill the bandit leader. So we'll earn additional experience and rewards if we manage to accomplish this as well. Yep, we're clear. Just going to follow this guy. Give him a damn good shitting. Oh, that's a fairly decent breastplate that he dropped as well. Well, it's not, it's garbage, but it's better than what I have. Let's hide the body. This was something else that you couldn't do in Ghost Recon Wildlands that was incredibly annoying. You're sneaking around performing all these stealth kills, but you couldn't actually hide the bodies. So a patrol would come by, spot the body, the alarm would go up. Although in Ghost Recon Wildlands the bodies would decay and disappear after a reasonably short period of time, but there was still that window where the body could be found and the alarm would go up. Right, we're just going to wait for the patrols to move. There's a guy over there on his knees, just underneath that portico. I don't think he's an actual bandit, I think he's a slave. Gotcha. Okay, so our main quest is complete, but we still have the location objective. Let's grab all the stuff in here. That's the leader up there with the gold icon. Is this guy coming into the room? No, he's not. And go. Oh, we got spotted. Well, they saw something, they're not entirely sure what it was. So it's probably going to be coming to investigate. Now the dog, for its barking, gives the game away. Come on, die. Right, and here's the bandit leader. Okay. Using the bull rush ability. A Spartan kick. This one's a bit tricky. Wait, oh, dodge. And that's a kill. Location objective complete. He's got a decent pair of sandals on him. And that's 427 experience. Any additional rewards? Nope, that's it. Right. Now it's just a case of returning the eye to Marcos and finding out what the next step in his, no doubt, idiotic plan is.
And yet, it's still not enough to pay back the Cyclops.
Oh, don't be upset. Think of all the fun we've had.
Right. Your fun, my blood. You can't keep dragging me into things, Marcos.
This will work. I promise you. Would I lie to you?
Don't make me answer that.
Take the eye, but don't sell it yet. No vendor would believe we came by it lawfully. They know exactly who it belongs to.
Fine.
Better your pocket than his socket.
I think that's enough for one day. Quiere, Marcos.
Wait! I saw a boat. One I've never seen before.
So?
The vessel's too good for this dirty town. It must be the Cyclops, and he brought friends.
He's back? I can never catch a break, can I?
Take them out, and that's one less thing to deal with. Besides, these strangers look rich as Chrysos. The Cyclops pays them well. It's win-win, my friend.
It can't hurt. What do I have to lose?
You? You're a winner if I ever saw one.
Then where are they?
In an abandoned house on the eastern coast. Who knows what golden fortunes shine in their hideout? Send them to Hades, then loot them for all they have. We'll be rich!
I'm keeping some of these golden fortunes, though. No negotiations.
Not even a drachme for the man who sent you?
The rest goes to pay your debt. These are my terms.
Oh, fine, fine. Now teach those strangers what it means to be Kephalonian. Draw blood or bleed.
Right, find and kill the newcomers. They're in an abandoned house just next to the village of Sami on the eastern coast of the island. It's not very hospitable, I know, but hey, whatever, it pays the bills. So we've already scouted the location out with Icarus.
Got to be careful not to get spotted.
Trying to whistle and draw this guard's attention. But he must be listening to his iPod or something. Oh, now there's two of them. Alright, let's wait and see what they do. One's relieving the other one. Alright. This one at least has a better sense of hearing. Come on. Gotcha. And now for your three friends. Generally speaking, the guards all have their attention focused outwards, so if you can slip in amongst them, it's very, very easy to take the perimeter guards out. Final guard. And now for the assassination target. It's all asleep. Oh, actually, hang on a second, there was a weapons rack or something around here. Yep, there it is. Stone axe. Meh. Big and slow. Don't like them. Another weapons rack here. A spear, which I'll be able to use soon. Better than what I have. And now for my actual assassination target. And I do like it when they're nice and sleepy, because it makes it very easy to kill them. Oh, hello. What's going on here?
Normally have someone else do the field work. I don't suppose you know how to get this stain out.
It's Greek Ian McShane.
It comes with the territory.
Then you're just the Mystios I'm looking for.
Hello, Greek Ian McShane. What are you doing here?
A clean slaughter. Very good work.
Not much sympathy for the men who work with you.
Not with me. For me. Employees. Now ex-employees, I suppose.
So you don't work for the Cyclops?
Your kind aren't usually believers of myth.
Not the monster. The man.
Yeah, he's not actually a
You're an
Cyclops.
outsider.
He just only has one eye,
Why
so
are
they
you
call
here?
him the Cyclops.
Indeed, I'm not from Kefalonia. I'm here because what I'm looking for is...
I do have to say, Greek Ian McShane, I thought you were fantastic in John Wick and American Gods.
If you'll follow me, Cassandra...
Ah, he knows my name. Yeah, Greek Ian McShane is not to be trusted. He's going to spin some cock and bull story about why he's here on Kefalonia, but the thing that he's actually here for is me.
Who are you? How do you know my name?
I'm Elpenor of Kira.
No, you're not. You're Greek Ian
How do I
McShane.
know your name? I did what you did. I asked and people told me.
Tell me who sent you.
An inquisitive nature. Good. That will help.
You know more than you let on.
Knowing you is in my best interest. And knowing me is in yours. My prized possession was stolen and brought to Ithaca. Penelope's woven shroud. I need you to steal it back.
The shroud of Penelope? The wife of Odysseus? You're joking.
A piece of it, yes.
Impossible. If it existed, it would be priceless.
Which is why I want it back.
He doesn't really want it back, this is just a test.
Ithaca is not a small island. I need more information.
I'd start at the home of Odysseus. Well, what's left of it. An inspiring tale. A reunion of past lovers.
Alright, I'm in.
All right. I'll do it.
Don't expect it to be easy.
That's why it will cost you.
Then it's agreed. There's a rowboat in the harbor. Use it. It's not meant for open water, so be wise. When you have the shroud, meet me in the Temple of Zeus.
I will.
Oh, and Misthios, don't fail.
So, Penelope's shroud. For those of you who have no idea exactly what this is, Penelope was the wife of Odysseus, the king of Ithaca, although the Romans called him Ulysses. Now, Odysseus had been away for 20 years at this point. 10 years fighting the Trojan War, and then another 10 years making his way back, as related in Homer's two books, the Iliad and the Odyssey. Thank you everybody for correcting my pronunciation of the Iliad in the previous episode. The problem for Penelope was that in Odysseus' absence, there were a whole bunch of people vying for her hand in marriage so that they could claim the kingdom of Ithaca, and she was having none of it. She was convinced that Odysseus was still alive and would one day return. So in order to put off all of her suitors, she told them that she would only pick one of them to marry when she'd finished weaving a burial shroud.
The legendary shroud.
And we found it.
Elpenor wasn't lying.
Now we just have to get it. So every night for 3 years, or every day for 3 years, she would weave this shroud, and then every night she would unpick the stitches so she could start again from scratch the next day. Odysseus, when he eventually returned home, disguised as a beggar, he finds that all of the suitors have run out of patience with Penelope's trick of unweaving the shroud every night and starting it again the next morning, and they're demanding that she actually picks one of them to marry. So she tells them that whoever can string Odysseus's war bow and shoot an arrow through the heads of 12 axes is the one that she'll marry, knowing full well that the only person strong enough to actually string the bow in the first place was her husband. So they all try and fail, and then Odysseus, still disguised as a beggar, steps up, strings the bow, shoots the arrow through 12 axe heads, and then kills all of them, with a little bit of help from the goddess Athena. However, perhaps because some women are just incredibly hard to please, or perhaps because Penelope was afraid that this wasn't actually her husband returned after 20 years, but was in fact some god in disguise. Zeus in particular is known for being a bit of a randy bugger, and according to legend, and I'm not making this up, had been known on several occasions to disguise himself, I'm not making this up, right, to disguise himself as a swan and ravish helpless Greek women. Yeah, Zeus, the father of the gods, the animal rapist. Yeah. Seriously, Greeks, what is going on with your gods? But anyway, Penelope, afraid that this might be, for example, Zeus up to his old tricks, further resisted the idea that this was finally her husband returned home after 20 years away. So she orders one of her servants to move the bed in her bridal chamber, and Odysseus protests, knowing that you can't do this because he made the bed himself and one of the legs was apparently a living olive tree. At which point Penelope finally believes that this is in fact her long-lost husband returned after 20 years. And they both lived happily ever after. Or so the story goes. Anyway, our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to find Penelope's shroud and return it to Greek Ian McShane.
never realized that mighty Odysseus' palace was here.
Yeah, apparently Cassandra doesn't get out much. Ah, there we go. One treasure. Again, much like the home of the Cyclops, as well as being a quest objective, this is also a location with associated location objectives. Keeping my eye on the prize at the moment, the bandit leader, who also appears to have Penelope's shroud on him. And is also deaf. Oi, come and investigate the whistle. There he goes. Right. Good and hidden. And I don't actually know if I'm doing enough assassination damage to be able to perform a clean stealth kill on this guy, but I guess we're going to find out. And at least we've distracted him away from his guards, so if I do have to get into a fight to finish him off, we shouldn't have any interruptions. We got him.
I mean, cloth.
Right, so quest complete. Just have to return the shroud to Greek Ian McShane, but I still want to complete the location objective, and there is also another sub-quest here at Odysseus' palace. Completing that sub-quest is going to be a damn sight easier if you can kill all of the guards first, and you'll see why. Oh, he's coming inside. Perfect. I don't have to kill him in the open. And hide the body. So, who's next? There's a whole bunch of them up ahead. That's actually the sleeping quarters. You can see a couple of them are asleep. And they will keep rotating out. So the patrols all seem to end up in that location, which can get quite busy. And there's the ancient tablets. Those things are going to be incredibly useful. Not immediately, but relatively soon we're going to require a ship. And the ancient tablets are going to be the main limiting factor that you're going to encounter when it comes to actually upgrading the ship. You build the upgrades on your ship with basic resources like wood, iron and leather. And while wood, iron and leather isn't hard to come by, although you're going to need it in increasing quantities as the upgrades on your ship become more complex, but it's the ancient tablets that are also required that are very hard to come by. So any opportunity to get your hands on any of those, you should definitely go for. Oh, spotted. No, we're good.
Better take a look.
Which way is he going? Come on, over here. Oh, I appear to have attracted the attention of the wrong guard. Oh wait, no. No, they're heading down there. Alright, well there's another treasure down there.
Hey, get me out of here.
And that's Odessa. Odessa's a prisoner. But we're not going to release her just yet, because that's going to start a sub-quest. And before I do that, I want all of these guards dead. And we're going to start with that one. Hello. Gotcha. We'll take care of the sleeping guard next, because they're always easy to kill. There's another one coming into the bushes. Wait for it. Wait for it. And dead. There's Odessa in the cage. Gonna finish the rest of the guards off before we release her, though. There's another one sleeping in there. You're next. Good night, sweet prince. There's a weapon rack. Oh, sword. Seems to be better than what I have. Let's try and hide this body. I think one of them's coming back. Yep, coming in here. Probably for a rest. We're all good. Right. Oh wow, there was one up there. I had no idea. Ah, bollocks. No, drop down, that's it. Right. Oof, ouch. Recover. No, stop hitting me. Ah, yeah. Heavy bladed weapons. They're kind of slow and clumsy, and I don't really like them, although they do a lot of damage. You see, the various different melee weapons all have their own strengths and weaknesses. Swords and daggers hit fast, but they don't have much in the way of reach. Big maces and axes, they hit very hard, but they're kind of slow and clumsy. I like spears and staffs because they've got plenty of reach, but they're also fairly quick. And swords and daggers, particularly if you're trying to apply status effects like burning or poison, they apply those status effects very quickly because they hit so quickly. The problem is you have to get kind of close. I think this is the last guy. Gotcha. Right. Just loot everything that's worth looting. There's a couple of wild dogs or wolves out over there, but let's finish the location objectives at least first. We're looking for one Enigmata Ostraka, which is up there. And no, I have no idea what an Enigmata Ostraka is, but I need it, and it's up there, so we're going to go and get it. Then we're going to release Odessa and complete the subquest, and then it's back to Greek Ian McShane with our mission complete. Right, how are we going to get up there? Yep. Climb this wall. That'll do. Ah. This fatal attraction thing. There's something else that we can do here on the island of Ithaca. Oh, we've leveled up. Level 8. Okay. And a new engraving unlocked. Alright, so let's have a look at our stuff first. We're going to pick that sword, because I like swords and daggers and spears, and I'm not a huge fan of big, slow, two-handed weapons. Nah, there's nothing wrong with the bow. Right, there's Penelope's shroud, and now there's this thing. If you retrace the steps of Odysseus and take the path north, you'll find a farm. A goat farm, which is part of Odysseus's legend. It's where he met Athena, who gave him advice on how he could win back the hand of his wife Penelope. Doing that, retracing the steps and following the clues given in the tablet that we found, is going to award us with something nice. Not entirely sure what, but we'll find out when we do it. Anyway, that's the ruins of Odysseus' palace, cleared out of bandits, although it looks like there's a wolf over there, which we're going to need to kill. Yep. Kill that, and then we'll release Odessa and find out exactly what her problem is.
You will not. Let's get out of here. Can you fight?
I'd be happy to.
So, new quest, the Small Odyssey. And here it is.
My thanks. I can't believe I let those Malakas sneak up on me.
Ithaca is a dangerous place to wander around on your own.
You're wandering around on your own.
Yeah, but I wasn't captured and stuck in a cage, was I? Smart arse.
You're right. I can't fight a camp of bandits by myself. Could you help me to get to Odysseus' palace? I can pay.
I'll help you get to the palace.
Well, I'm in luck then. What do I call you?
Cassandra.
I'm Odessa, named after the great Odysseus.
Why would you want to go up there?
I am a descendant of Odysseus. I'm on a pilgrimage.
You're a descendant of the former king of Ithaca?
And the man who created the Trojan horse and defeated the Cyclops? The one who traveled to the land of the Lotus Eaters? The one the Odyssey is about? Yes, I am. Why?
You're not the first who said that, is all.
Well, I trust I don't need to prove my lineage to get up to the palace.
Yeah, fair
We should go
enough.
to the palace while we have the chance.
See, this is why, ideally, you want to kill all of the bandits before you accept this quest, because Odessa is a bloody idiot, and the route that she takes to get to her objective leads you right through the centre of the bandit camp, and you'll have to fight all of them along the way, without the opportunity to take the majority of them out with stealth kills. So do yourself a favour, kill them all, then release Odessa, and do this sub-quest.
This is it?
It's just rubble.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Something more grand. My parents named me Odessa. I'm Odysseus's namesake. I thought if I came here, I might understand him more.
Well, do you?
Not at all. Take me to my boat. I'll pay you there.
And this is Odessa. We will be actually seeing more of Odessa later on. Once we leave Catalonia, our first port call is going to be the land of Megaris, which is where she's from. For now, however, we just need to get her back to her boat.
Well, this is for you. Such a disappointment.
Why is that place so important to you?
Are you joking? Odysseus lived there, ruled there. He ended the Trojan War, eluded Scylla and Charybdis. He had everything. Loyalty, love, fighting spirit.
He had the attention of the gods, too. That caused him a lot of trouble.
And it made him a legend.
If you keep trying, you'll get there. Giving up guarantees you never will.
You're the first one to encourage me like that.
Just know it's your decision to make.
Greatness is what I seek. It's what I've desired my entire life. I refuse to end up like everyone around me, content to go about their daily lives until they're forgotten in death.
Well, how's that working out for you so far, little
Odysseus
miss locked
didn't
into a
want to go
bandit
to war.
cage?
And once it was over, it took him 10 years to get home. He wasted years of his life, all because the gods interfered. Stay home. Spend time with your family. Live your own life.
But who will remember my story then?
Would you rather be remembered or happy?
I'll have to give that some thought. Thank you.
You see, this was a recurring point in Greek mythology. Getting the attention of the gods wasn't always a good thing. I mean, sure, if you gain the favour of one of the Greek gods, then that could prove useful, but the thing about the Greek gods is they were all basically a bunch of squabbling children, and they all hated each other. So gaining the favour of one basically guaranteed that you gain the disfavour of a bunch of others. Anyway, I have an ability point to spend, and we're going to put it into Shadow Assassin, which is going to increase the amount of knockout and assassination damage that I do, and is also automatically going to loot any assassination targets. So that's kind of nice. Now then, this thing. Athena helped him with a disguise to reclaim his wife and kill her suitors. Find your reward on a slaughtered goat. So this is the tablet that we picked up. We need to follow the clues in order to find a reward. There are a lot of these scattered around, and the rewards are usually worth it. So let's go and see if we can follow the path of Odysseus. There are actually 2 farms on the path north of Odysseus' palace. This is not the one you're looking for. It's a historical location, Eumaeus' pig farm. Eumaeus was Odysseus' swineherd friend, and the first person that he met on his return to Ithaca. His pig farm was protected by his 4 savage dogs, but this isn't the farm we're looking for. We're looking for a goat farm, and that's it up ahead. This is Melanthios' goat farm, and unlike Eumaeus, Melanthios was a bit of a dick. He actually sided with Penelope's suitors. So we're going to kill his goats.
You're a good hunter.
Because I need the leather. And yes, Icarus did just swoop down and kill one of the goats for me. But anyway, we're looking for the solution to the riddle on the stone tablet, and that's in the form of a slaughtered goat here at Melanthios' goat farm. Where's the goat that... whatever, doesn't matter. Let's go and solve the riddle. It's just up here. Oh, and watch out for these chickens, by the way. Ithacan chickens are savage. Try not to piss them off. But there's the slaughtered goat. And riddle complete, new engraving unlocked. 2% damage with swords and daggers. Not a huge amount I can do about that immediately, but the next time I visit a blacksmith to upgrade my weapons, I'll be able to have the option of engraving that buff onto my weapons. For now, however, we need to return to Greek Ian McShane and hand over Penelope's shroud. And he's waiting at the temple in the village of Sand.
Sandra? Good news, I hope.
Safe and sound.
Well done. And now the shroud is yours.
You don't want it? After all that?
I gained something more valuable today. For your troubles, Misthios.
If I knew any better, I'd think you were testing me.
Perhaps. You did well, Misthios. Tell me, how do you feel about killing a general in Megaris? Do this for me and earn double what you earned today. Are you up to the task? It would take you far away from Kefalonia. So far away you might never return.
Generals bleed like anyone else.
Good. What do you say?
Who is this general?
They call him the Wolf.
He'd do something to offend you?
Yes, he's costing me drachmi. He's not good for business.
Anything I should know about Megaris?
Only that it's the most valuable land in the Greek world. From a military perspective, of course. Unfortunately for Megarians, it has two very powerful neighbors who just can't seem to play nice. In the tug of war between Corinth and Athens, Megaris is their own.
Why me?
Because no one knows who you are. You're invisible.
I accept.
Splendid. You'll need a boat. You have one, don't you?
Actually, about that, no.
If I had a boat, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
A shame. It's too far of a swim, I'm afraid. Even for you.
I'll find one.
Good. I hope it's sturdy.
And why is that?
The seas are much more dangerous, I'm afraid. War is coming, and the wolf is on the wrong side.
War? With who?
The entire Greek world is at each other's throats. What rock have you been hiding under exactly?
Kefalonia.
Yeah, we call it Kefalonia.
You won't be disappointed.
When your job in Megaris is done, come find me at Pilgrim's Landing in Phokis.
And we have gained the Shroud of Penelope, as well as nearly 4,000 experience, which isn't bad. Finally, something to put in our head slot. I have a new hat. It's a very nice hat. Tell me you like my hat. New quest. Get a boat. Easier said than done. First, we should probably see the shipbuilder. And he's down here.
I need a boat. I should go see the shipbuilder. It's a fine ship, Telimenes.
Cassandra! She is that. Ready to ride the waves for the right captain and the right price.
What'll it take for you to part with her?
Oh, couldn't let her go for less than 100,000.
100,000? Who has that much?
Someone who's serious about buying a ship. You think craftsmanship like this is given away?
What if I told you I had obsidian to trade?
I tell you I still need 100,000 drachmi. Besides, even if I took your obsidian, a ship this size needs an army to sail it.
This is Kefalonia. I could always find someone down on their luck and willing to work for next to nothing to get off this island.
The seas are treacherous now. Well, more than usual. It would be suicide.
You're not being very helpful, Telimenes.
Not sure if this helps, but rumor has it the Cyclops is coming for you and Marcos.
Rumors mean nothing. Don't believe everything you hear.
Rumor also has it his ship is docked in Kleptus Bay.
His ship, you say? I'll have to pay Kleptus Bay a visit.
Be
Hang on a
careful.
minute. Cassandra, you just told him not to pay any attention to rumours. Are you listening to yourself, woman? Well, anyway.
Take his ship and deal with the Cyclops at the same time.
A tip's a tip. So, the Cyclops has returned to Kefalonia. Rumour has it that he's docked in the centre of the Promui Peninsula. We'll find him in Kleptus Bay. And that is right there. So, let's do this.
Out of sight.
We've already scoped out the location with Icarus. And once again, there are several location objectives here. Kill various bandit leaders, loot various treasures. And this is not a stealth mission, so it doesn't really matter too much if we make a noise.
Now it's just a nest of anarchy.
There's
and
one of the
crime.
leaders. There is another. Who's coming after me? Nope, nobody. Wicked. I don't really care too much here if anybody finds any of the bodies. Like I said, this isn't a stealth mission. We're pretty much going to kill everybody here and loot absolutely everything. There's a lot of bad guys. Always trying to go for the headshots. Does a lot more damage. Well, you know, try. Gotcha. And that's the Cyclops himself at long last, just up ahead.
Oh, the gods as my witness, I swear!
Which one?
What difference does it make? All of them, I swear, all of them!
I have never heard so much fucking god talk from one man in all my days.
Let him go.
No one on this island is allowed to say that word!
Did he say Cyclops? Did he hurt your feelings?
I don't like it when people call me that!
Oh, I didn't.
But you're so fat. I mean, big and strong. And you really do only have one eye.
My eye. Give it to me. Give it to me and I won't kill Marcos for having you steal it! Give it to me!
You want it?
Watch the face of the guy with the sword behind the Cyclops.
Forget it.
Yeah, I think we might have to fight everybody now. Totally worth it. Oh, I should probably watch out for the guy with the poison arrows. That was nasty. Okay, he's down. Cyclops dead. Still a couple of guards remaining. See, this is why I like spears and javelins, because they've got plenty of reach, but they're also quite quick. And we dodge. And that's the second bandit leader dead. Now, who's this guy? This is Barnabas.
We shouldn't delay here any further. Even rats like these have friends on Kefalonia.
By Zeus, these Kefalonian bandits are no joke. Good thing you're on
Boom,
my side.
headshot.
They really seem to fear you.
Two more bandits on this side, but I did kill most of the bandits on this side of the camp. Well, not camp, village, on the way in. And as you can see, since you're going to have to exit with Barnabas in this direction, it's a good idea to clear out as many of them as you can before you actually get to this point. Just to make it easier to make your escape. Oh, hang on a second. Some wood. Going to be needing a lot of that later on. Grab it while I can. Now then, old man. What was all that about?
I can't thank you enough. After spending most of my life at sea, it would have been absolutely shameful to drown in a pot. Ah, where are my manners? I am Varnavas, captain of the Adrestia.
Well, Varnavas, I'm pleased to meet you. I'm Cassandra, Misthios by trade.
Oh, but you're much more than that, I'm sure.
What do you mean?
When they forced my head underwater, I prayed to the gods. And when they pulled it out, there you were.
You called, and I answered.
Many claim to have blood of the gods in their veins. You're the first I actually believe.
So, you have a ship?
Of course. Gods forbid I'd end up stuck in this place.
What is it now?
Thanks to you, it's still in Sami Harbor, where I left it.
Seeing as I saved your ship and your life, I'd say you owe me.
Mind of a Misthios. You know who you remind me of? Me. A much younger me, of course, before I found my true purpose and lost my eye.
You're changing the subject.
Ah, yes. My apologies. You're right. I owe you my life. What could humble Varnavas do for the mighty Cassandra?
I need a ship and a crew.
Of course you do!
So, that's a yes?
My ship, my crew, and my services are yours.
You truly aren't from around here.
Ha ha! Gods know! And I thank them for that! Come now and see the Adrestia!
Well, hey, we've got ourselves a ship, and it didn't cost me no 100,000 drachmi to do it. Next, I suppose I should probably clean up the remainders of the location objectives in Kleptus Bay. There's also a sub-quest in there, an escort quest. One of the prisoners that you have to release as part of the location objectives requires an escort, and you'll get another reward for that. And again, I highly recommend you kill all of the guards before undertaking any escort quests. But it's pretty straightforward. But rather than bore you with the details, we're just going to head straight back to Sami Harbor and talk to Barnabas.
We are ready when you are, Captain!
Wait! Wait for me, Cassandra! I'm all packed and everything.
You're coming, are you?
If you're going, I'm going.
Phoebe, you're not old enough. I can't look after you all the time.
I can look after myself. I don't need anyone to help me.
Even if that were true, it's not your time.
But there wouldn't be any trouble. Promise. If I can't come, then take Hara.
Kara?
My pet eagle. She's my friend. Mater gave her to me. But she'll be your friend now. And it'll be like I'm there with you. You know? To remind you of me.
Thanks, Phoebe.
But you have to promise we'll see each other again.
I promise. You haven't seen the last of me. Just stay out of trouble until then.
I will. Don't worry. Okay, you can leave now.
Cassandra! Leaving Kefalonia without saying goodbye to your dear Marcos? Tell me it isn't true.
Well, you're here now, so it won't be true. Goodbye, Marcos.
All these years as a dynamic duo! I'll never replace you! Well, I may need another assistant someday, but it won't be easy. Come now, give me a hug.
Alright.
All right, come here.
Yes, bring it in. Oh, will I ever miss you, Cassandra?
Thanks, Marcos. I'll miss you too. And what does the future hold for you?
Wine, of course. Though you never know when the vines will wither. I'm always ready for another adventure. Speaking of adventure, I have a task for you, dear Phoebe.
An adventure? Yes!
Already following in your footsteps, isn't she, my friend?
Ready to set sail?
Prepare to cast off. It's time to leave.
Good! The tides wait for neither man nor woman.
Time to go.
So, What course do we set? Where in this big, beautiful world does the mighty Cassandra want to go?
Megaris.
Megaris? But we'll be sailing into war.
I got a contract for some general's head.
Whose head?
They call him the Wolf.
The Wolf? Who wants Nikolaos of Sparta dead?
Nikolaos of Sparta.
Yep, Daddy, and that means it's flashback time.
The Oracle has spoken! To prevent Sparta's fall, the child must fall first.
You can't let this happen! Please, he'll do no harm. He'll help us. He will lead us.
Silence!
No! Stop! No! You can't! No! 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 Murderer! She has
Does her over!
Pay for her dishonor! For the life she has snuffed!
Look
She
at
is not
me,
Spartan, Nikolaos!
Don't listen! Nikolaos! Don't listen! No! No! Don't listen! Nikolaos! Why?
Mother!
Nikolaos! Stop! Nikolaos! No! Nikolaos! Nikolaos, look at me! Look at me, Nikolaos! Don't! Don't listen!
Your blood is tainted! Rid yourself of this poison!
Father!
For Sparta!
Father!
No, my baby! Cassandra! Cassandra!
Yep, turned out Daddy was a bit of a bastard. Although, as you can probably imagine, things are going to turn out to be just a little bit more complicated than they may first appear.
Get me to Megaris. Now.
But I don't understand. Of all the places under Ilios, why risk our necks to go there?
The Wolf of Sparta is my father.
And that, boys and girls, the island of Kefalonia, at a conservative estimate, anything between 3 and 4 hours of gameplay, is effectively the opening tutorial of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Join me next time, find out what happens when we get to Megaris. In the meantime, take care, and I'll catch you next time.